Hi everyone, and welcome to your Spirit Animal Guide Pick-a-Card. We have 3 piles today, and before we get to that, I just want to let you know that I have been doing readings over the past couple weeks on different energies that we can call in to help. One is unicorn, one is dragon, and the other is mermaid. So you might want to check out those readings because they work right along with your spirit animal guides and your angels. They all work together. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. But for today, we have, as I said, 3 piles to choose from. You can choose by frog jumping onto the moon with Moonstone, the crow with black obsidian, and the dolphins with amethyst. So pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Okay, I'll see you at your reading. Hi, pile 1, and those of you who chose this card, the frog jumping onto the moon, or the Moonstone heart, this will be your reading. Okay. First off, we have an overall energy, okay, which is Bobcat Spirit. All right, I like that. We then have Lion. I'm not sure how far up. I think that's okay there. Lion, Higher Calling. We have Ladybug. We have Sacred Ibis. And we have Snake. Okay, and then I'm saving these 3 cards for the end, along with another oracle for clarity, confirmation, additional guidance at the end. So, what do we know about the Bobcat Spirit? Life is a mystery. Well, it is an 8, which is all about movement. It's about discipline. It's about leaving something behind. But it does say life is a mystery. So I have to wonder if maybe pile 1 for some of you, if this is not understanding something that's happening in your life right now, meaning you understand what's going on, but maybe you don't understand the who, what, where, when, or why of it. And sometimes we don't know that. Sometimes we never find out why or who or how. So maybe for you, this is just a first part of the message, just saying to learn to be content in your life, because sometimes we just have to have faith and to just go with the flow of what's happening, because there may not be an answer that can be given to us. Maybe we're not supposed to know the answer. Maybe by knowing the answer, it wouldn't necessarily be beneficial. It might actually make things worse. So there's always a reason when something's happening and it is a bit of a mystery and you're not really sure why. I think you just have to have faith and trust that it is for your best good, and just kind of move forward with that thought in mind that sometimes life's a mystery and we always can't have the answers. That may be a very specific message and individual to what the rest of this message is. I don't know yet, but it is the overall energy. So I'm going to say probably not. Somehow it's going to come into play here with the cards. So first off, we have Lion, Higher Calling. You have within you all the courage you need. Let go of the past and reclaim your majesty. You will find success and contentment with those by your side. Make noble choices for your life and your tribe. And then we have Snake here, which I think when it says let go of the past and reclaim your majesty. And then we have Snake with live according to your divine essence. This is definitely a shedding. That's what I think of when I think of the Snake card, right? It's shedding old skin. It's letting go, right? The old skin is no longer serving them. They let it go. But let's go back up to this card. So maybe pile 1 for you, tying in with this life is a mystery. You've been getting feelings. You've been getting nudges. You've been given signs and you're not really sure what they mean or why you're getting them, but you know that something is happening around you or to you, so to speak, and you aren't sure why it's happening. You don't have the answer yet. Well, it very well could be just your spirit animal guides, along with your other guides and angels or whomever, calling out to you to say, you know what? It's time for you to find out what your purpose is here on earth for this lifetime. Okay, it's time for you to start doing things that are of a higher calling, different than what you're doing right now. This could be in anything. It could be in the work you do. It could just be personally. All right. However, let go of the past and reclaim your majesty, which tells me it's really about connecting in. And if we go down here, live according to your divine essence. It's your soul calling. And I've been getting a lot of these readings lately. And I think it's really message coming in from God, Source, Universe that for people to really start embracing and listening with their intuition to their, call it a gut feeling, if that's what you want to call it, to live a better life, to get on your spiritual or religious path, whatever you are interested in, and to really be your best, highest self, or your higher self, if you want to call it that. Now, it's also saying that if you do that, that's where you're going to find contentment. And if we look down here to Ladybug, this is a time of good fortune and abundance, so be willing to receive all good things into your life. But you can't really do that at times if you are still living in the past or hanging on to things from the past, or even just hanging on to what I love to talk about all the time, which are the things that no longer serve you, whether it be people, places, things, whatever it is, right? Whatever is not serving you, when you're hanging on to that energy, it makes it pretty hard to bring the new into your life, the new things that you want to bring into your life, the new people you want to bring in, it could even be literally like redecorating your home type of thing, like things you want to bring into your home. You know what that's like. That's actually a good example. So I said that for a reason. Think about it. You want to redecorate your house, say, for example, and you want to have a totally new look in there. Well, you can't have the totally new look unless you get rid of the old things that are in there. How can you bring new in, right? There won't be room for it, and it won't go with what's already there. So, you know, you kind of have to think of it that way, right? If you let go, you can bring in the new. And that is, you've got two here. That's where you're going to find success. That's where you're going to find fortune, by going with to working towards your higher calling and living according to your divine essence, your soul, your heart. What do they want? And then we have here Sacred Ibis, which is learning. Okay. And it's also 22. And 22 is a master number. And it's all about, I do believe, working with others, helping others to improve upon themselves, right? Teaching guiding other people to their higher calling or to their path, which could be why we have this beautiful lion and lioness together, right? And it says contentment with those by your side. Make noble choices for your life and your tribe. So maybe your higher calling pile 1 may have something to do with working with others, letting go of what no longer serves you, and you're going to find your contentment, your abundance in your life, and your greatest learning by working with others and helping them along the way, helping them to shed their skins, helping them to find maybe some of the answers, but also to let them know that life is a mystery. And I keep thinking the Madonna song keeps coming into my head, and I don't know. Oh, like a prayer. Yes, life is a mystery. That's where I can hear the song. But at 8 is also, right? We talked about it at the beginning, right? It's having discipline. It's working. It's a work ethic. It could be working towards this. You know, it's not going to happen overnight. And sometimes it's a bit of hard work. And it's also, movement, right? It's that movement. Think of the 8 of Wands, that fast movement. Or think of the 8 of Swords, where you're trapped within and you need to make movement because you're in stagnation in there. You're blindfolded. You're what appears to be within a little fence of swords. But the reality is you could take the blindfold off because your hands aren't tied, and you could just step in between the swords or move one out of your way. So I think that's important for someone to hear when we're talking about the letting go of the past. But anyhow, I think that's kind of the general idea of what they're bringing to you today for a message is it's time. It's time to maybe to start moving towards your higher self and your higher calling, to your divine essence. And the courage, right? The lions have come out for a reason, for courage. Now let me get the other cards here that I wanted to show you to see how they fit in. So we have, oh, if you only knew, we have the 8 of Swords. How interesting, okay? We have the actual 8 of Swords. How can you move forward if you're still stuck in your cocoon? All right? How can you move forward if you're still stuck in your cocoon, right? You need to, in this case, cut yourself down, you know, break free and get moving, all right? And you have the luck of the ladybug here too, right? It's just good fortune, all right? Then we have the 6 of Swords. Oh, even better. Now you're moving on from what it is that you used to know into calmer waters, or you're moving on from your old self into your higher self, right? Into a better version of yourself. Not that there's anything wrong with the version now, but it can always be better. We can always be, do, have better, okay? And then last card, oh, is the shark. All right. So one thing, I'm seeing very strong animals, but with the shark, what's kind of coming through, because this is watery, okay, is the thing about sharks when it says here, live according to your divine essence. So in other words, shed the old you and live a soul-led life. Sharks don't hide who they are. A shark is a shark is a shark. A shark doesn't pretend to be anybody else. A shark lives true to who they are. They are a predator. So I think what it's trying to tell you is don't try to hide who you are, maybe, and maybe that's something that's happening for you now, pile 1. You're hiding behind your old skin, right? You're hiding behind the swords, and you're not allowing you're trying to be too much of a mystery. You're not allowing your true self, your true soul essence to show. And I think what this shark card, it's amazing how, right, one card is just, oh, there we go. It's showing who you really are. It's breaking free here, moving on to, I'm going to call safe, calm water, where you're going to feel able to show who you really are. Okay? And the other thing that I want to give you right now, because we're at the end, is an oracle card here, just to see if there's any further guidance from your spirit animals. So far, this is a beautiful message. It's all about I feel it's just all about breaking free and being who you really are, and, you know, not being the mystery, okay? You don't have to tell all your secrets. You don't have to show every side and facet of yourself, for by no means, but, oh, and there we go. This one fell down. The totem. Symbolism is guardianship, and It derives from the Algonquin word totem, meaning my kin. We talked about, we know that lions move, is it in prides, I believe, but in groups, right? I'm not sure about the other animals, but what I want to say is, you are going to move forward in this. You're probably going to find new friends, new people with similar interests. But you're also, remember, I think I had mentioned, you're going to be with the 22, wherever that came from here. Learning, working with others, and helping them to learn and move along their path as well. So the totem, it's almost like you're their guardian, okay? It's like you're their spirit guide, their living guide, okay? That's going to help them here on earth. So that's how I think the totem is going to fit into this for you. I believe that that's everything that we have here, pile one. That was a really great reading. I really wish you all the best and luck on your journey forward here as you're coming into your new soul-led self and doing what is best for you. Okay, thanks so much, and I'll see you in the next reading. Hi, pile two, and those of you who chose the crow card or the black obsidian heart here. I'm quite excited to get into it for you. All right, we have an overall energy card. I'm just going to set this up now, which is the hummingbird spirit. Be here now. Okay. I'll also put the other cards out. I hope you can see that. We have owl. All right. With magic, we have panda. The goat. Okay. The butterfly. Oh, what an interesting group here. We also have some tarot and oracle card for the end that I will bring out. But first off, let's just take, okay, let's just take a look here. So look, whenever I see the owl, I just think owl, all-knowing, magic, yes, okay. So it's choose to know the truth because you can. Open your inner vision. You can see through deception. Let the past go and make room for a better life. We're kind of talking about that in pile one, if you want to take a look at that pile as well. Rise up. Magic and wisdom are your birthright. Okay, so I really feel here, pile two, you are, as I always hear people say, you are my intuitives, all right? You are the intuitives of the groups that have come to this reading. This is telling you to open up that inner magic, open that third eye, open that crown chakra, open your throat chakra, because I really feel, and I think this one here is reliability. I really feel like this is something that you are meant to be doing if you're not already doing it. Okay? Whether you're a medium, a psychic, a card reader, maybe you do healing like Reiki. I'm not really sure, but I do really feel that if that's not something you're already doing, that it's something you do need to do. It could even be working in the medical field too, I feel that I need to say. Kind of that type of healing. Okay. And I feel that the reason that this hummingbird spirit, be here now, you have to be in the present in order to open up your intuitive, in my opinion, to open up your intuitive abilities, okay? You have to be in the present. You have to not be lingering in the past and holding on to a lower vibration, negative thought patterns or situations or whatever's happened in the past. And you can't be going too far in the future. I mean, it's great to set goals, of course. It's great to plant seeds for manifestation, absolutely. But you can't be living in the future, always thinking ahead. You need to be present in the here and now. Because owls, I mean, they are just all-knowing. They're wise, right? And we pull all that from our inner selves. We already know it. And I love you can see through deception. It kind of gives me a Scorpio vibe, right? Because they say Scorpios are the detectives of the zodiac, and that they can pretty much see through anything. So can other signs, but Scorpio seems to be really good at it. So you may be a Scorpio watching this. But yeah. And just what, I thought I saw something here about open your inner visions, you can see through deception. Or I want to say or see through the secrets, right? You can see through the secrets. And then it makes me think of the hummingbird here and the secret of how in the heck do they fly? How does that little teeny tiny bird go, say, from here in Canada all the way down, I believe it's to Mexico and back for the winter? Like seriously, that little teeny tiny bird and with those little teeny tiny wings that move so fast. So that's magic and a mystery to me. How does that happen? But pile 2, I just really, yeah, I feel that this has something to do with you and your intuition and really that inner wisdom and bringing it out. And I'm going to say sharing it with others, sharing it with others. Okay, let's look at the rest of the cards here, though. We have Panda. Create a sacred space for yourself in your home and or place of work. I love that. If you're someone who wants to have an altar set up, then there you go. That's for you. But maybe it's just to set aside a few crystals that you love or the things that you love, and you don't want to call it an altar, but it can just be a special place that you put the trinkets or pictures or whatever it is that are important to you. And then we have Butterfly, be ready to transform with wisdom. Oh my God. Okay. We were just talking about wisdom up here. So yeah. And if this is something you're already doing, I feel like it's going to be enhanced. It's going to grow. Whatever your gifts and abilities are, they're going to go through an ascension, so to speak. They're going to get stronger. Possibly that's what's coming through. And with the goat and this reliability and the fact that the goat is the mountain, just strong and sturdy. And I guess I want to say stand strong in your beliefs, stand strong in your own magic, stand strong in your own abilities. Okay, pile 2. And also, it's a 19, which would be a 10, which is, it's time to, it says here, let go of the past. Yeah, let's end that chapter and let's move forward, because you clearly have something that you need to do here in this lifetime. You need to, well, it says right here, rise up. Rise up. You do. Okay, let's pull the other cards, because this is really great. I love this message. Beautiful cards for you too. Okay. Oh, and I did mention here, 34 is a 7, or at least I don't think I did. And 7s are all about wisdom, choices, right? It's a choice to decide whether you want to go in and pull that inner knowing out. You can leave it in there if you want to. But I really think that your spirit animal guides are telling you, no, this is magic and wisdom are your birthright. We need you to rise up. And now is the time to start. One of my favorite ways to say it is there's no time like the present, right? So let's get at it. All right. My God, look at that. First card we have is Owl. Okay, I don't know why I wanted to put it over here. Maybe just because owl, and flying butterfly, transformation. I don't know, right? Be ready to I'm going to. Be ready to transform your wisdom. Okay, you have double owl here. All right, double owl magic, double owl wisdom. Look, if this is something even that maybe you were thinking about starting, this is definitely your confirmation, pile 2, to start it, to get on it. All right, Knight of Swords. Okay, I just want to say, I see this and it looks like he's yelling and he has on like a Superman cape and his little flag. I want to say there is wisdom that needs to be spoken from your lips. That's what came in. That's what I'm going to say for Knight of Swords. There is wisdom that needs to be spoken from your lips. You have a high intellect. You are very wise. And like I said, if you're new to this, okay, if this is something you've been doing, that's only going to get stronger, but you need to speak. I just feel like he's standing up and that there's a whole crowd of little pandas in front of him and he's telling them something, okay? And it's wise, okay, with the owl here beside it. Okay, and then we have Daughter of Wands or Page of Wands. Okay, again, right? I said it's time to go. It's time to get on this. And we know that wands are fire. Wands are fast moving. And the Page of Wands is someone who is just full of inspiration, right? They're young. They're vibrant. They're ready to get going. They're not off on the horse yet like the Knight of Wands, but they're just full of inspiration and creative ideas and ways of doing things. That's the way I see the Page of Wands, or in this case, the Daughter of Wands. So, and I just hear with the snake and the flowers, I just think of creative beauty for whatever reason. So, wow, I think this is a really great message, pile 2. I hope that this resonates for you. And if you came into this pile and it doesn't really resonate because you've never really thought about it again, you've never really thought about this before, about going in and finding your inner wisdom and your inner magic and maybe using that in some way to speak to people, to talk to people, help people, whatever it may be, then this could be your nudge to say, you should look into this. All right. So this can be for 3 people. The people that are like, wow, I've always been interested in this, but never thought of doing it before. For example, like a tarot reader, say, just off the cuff. Or you're already just starting to get into following your intuition and sharing that with people. Or you could be an old hat at it, and this is just saying you're leveling up, okay? So let's just get another card here because I think that's really interesting. Okay. I like to choose like this sometimes if they don't come right out. Let's go here for pile 2. We have Peacock. Oh, it's time to show your feathers, your tail, whatever it is, strut like a peacock. That's what I'm thinking, right? To fan out those, I don't know, I'm sure there's a name for it. All I can think of is tail feathers. That's all I can think of. But it's time to show the world. And it also reminds me, look at the beautiful color of this hummingbird. Reminds me of peacock colors and just the beauty of this butterfly. A lot of spreading your wings, right? And flying. It's time for you to fly, I guess is one way to say it. Now, the symbolism is vision, wisdom, beauty, and guardianship. All right. So yeah, those peacock tail feathers, just beautiful. Let them, it's kind of, if we were talking Aquarius, it would be let your freak flag fly, or march to the beat of your own drum. This is like strut like a peacock and let those tail feathers plume. Okay, never mind. I'm not going to try to guess what they're called. But anyway, let them shine for everyone, pile 2. All right, that's your reading. Very exciting. So happy for you. I'll see you in the next one. Hi, pile 3, and those of you who chose the dolphins, okay, and this amethyst heart crystal. This is your spirit animal guide reading. I'm so excited to get right into it for you. Okay, we're going to start with an overall energy. We have grasshopper spirit, take a leap of faith. All right, I like that. Ooh, what a beautiful card. So funny. Each pile is connected, but not, okay, all I can say is I just spoke about peacocks in pile 2, so you might want to check that pile out as well, okay? So we'll just leave that for right now, but I just want to say that. And it happened too in pile 2, something come up that I had talked about in pile 1. So they're all kind of connected. So you know what? If you have the time and you want to check out the other pile, please do so, because there could be a message in there for you as well. All right, so we also have cheetah come out here. We have peregrine falcon, and we have rat. Okay. And then I have some more cards here, Tarot and Oracle, to go with an Oracle at the end as well. Well, I mean, take a leap of faith. This can, right off the bat, the first thing I'm going to say, it is the overall energy, so it is going to tie into these cards somehow. But just on its own, I want to say it's communication, right? It's groups of people. It can be friendships. It can be family, like your siblings and extended relatives. What else? Can be making connections with people. So I want to say, take a leap of faith. Maybe there's something that you need to move forward with, whether it's in a friend group, whether it's in a work group, whether it's in a relationship. There's something as an individual on its own message here. It's time for you to move forward with something. Okay. Now let's tie it into the cards. I think it was just important, right? Grasshopper's always moving forward, always jumping around. It's time for you to start doing that. Maybe you've been a little stagnant lately and you need to hear this message just for that reason. Okay, now let's look at it in relation to the other cards here on the table. We have Peacock, Vibrancy. You were born to shine and inspire. Practice humility to avoid jealousy. Be grateful for life or more good. Be grateful for life and more good things will come. Be true to yourself and recognize your brilliance. And I'm just going to say also for this grasshopper spirit, take a leap of faith. It could be in a relationship because we have the male and female peacock here, right? So maybe it's time to strut. That's what I was talking about in the other one about in pile 2 with the peacocks. It's time to strut your stuff. It's time to let your tail feathers all come out. And I also said there, I don't know what they're actually called, but we'll call them the tail feathers for everything to open up and just let the sheer beauty shine for someone to see. Okay, so sorry, that was back to the card again, but just, yeah, maybe you've been holding back, with this taking a leap of faith. Maybe you've been holding back in an area of your life somewhere that you haven't been shining, okay? You haven't been showing everything that you have to everyone, your talents, your skill. It says here brilliance, right? Maybe you have been shying away from that somewhere in your life. And it's time to take the leap. Let's go here with Cheetah. Get clear on your intention, stay focused, and move quickly to achieve your goal. So could that have something to do with your work? Possibly for some of you, that you know what it is that you want to achieve. They're saying now's the time to get clear on exactly what it is that you want to do, set your intention, plant your seeds for manifestation, and then move quickly. Cheetah's quick, right? Move quickly to achieve that goal. Don't be afraid to show, to be your true self. Okay, now we also have Peregrine Falcon here, which could, and it's observation, which kind of reminds me going back maybe like into a hanged man position or, yeah, I'm going to say hanged man because, or hermit, but hanged man more or less, because it's kind of like this, the falcon is hanging out of the sky, right? So I'm going to go with hanged man card. It reminds me of that where, you know what, maybe you need to just, when it says get clear on your intention, it may be to just take a step back before you make the leap, okay? Figure out what it is you want to do, and you're doing it in a way that is true to yourself, because that's in the message there in the cards, okay? You're going to do it with humility, but you need to figure out exactly how it is that you want to do that. So you just need to take a little, just a little break, stop for just a moment and get that figured out. And then we go over here to the rat card, which is, so cute. And it says, be true to yourself and the universe will reward you. Okay, so this is very much, right? Be true to yourself. Be true to yourself. I feel like you need to take this leap of faith to be true to yourself, because maybe right now, pile 3, you're not. Maybe you're doing what others want you to do, what others think you should do, or how you should be. It could even be the way you were raised into believing how it is that you should be, and it's not true to you. So I feel like this is a message that's kind of coming out for you. You need to take a leap of faith and let your authenticity shine. Yeah, let your authenticity shine. Put it out there, right? Look here, right? And this is, I said, when you're going in, just look at this, this bright, this sun, this fire behind, and it's illuminating who you are. Vibrancy with the peacock card, right? All of this, 3, communication, talking, putting yourself out there. And I want to say, with the cheetah moving quickly, yeah, I want to say the cheetah cards here are moving quickly so that you don't allow yourself to second guess yourself, right? Like, just do it, and whatever this is for you, because it's going to be different for everyone. But if it's resonating, you'll know exactly what it is that you need to do. It's like, just do it before you talk yourself back out of it, is what I want to say. And be true to yourself, and the universe will reward you. Archangels Gabriel and Zadkiel, I feel called to tell you the 2 archangels that are associated with this card, because you may want to call on them and ask them for help, along with your spirit animal guides here. Your rat here, for example, is your spirit animal guide. We have cheetah, we have peregrine falcon, peacock, grasshopper, all right? So, and you may already have your own personal spirit animal guide as well that you go to. But don't be afraid to call on their energy to help you with this, okay? Energy is everywhere. Just like there are many different types of angels, there are many different, and we call upon them. For many people, they have a different source, whether it's God, universe, or just source in general. Look, it doesn't matter. The fact is, you can call on energy of high vibration and for the good of yourself and others moving forward, and they will help you. And this is just an example of some spirit animal guides that can help you and want to help you moving forward. So let's just pull out the last few cards here, because I want to see what else might come up for this. But you are definitely taking a leap of faith. Okay, we had the first message, whether it's something you need to do when it comes to people. And then we kind of get into maybe it has something to do with a job here. But the most important thing is that you are being true to yourself, regardless of what it is. So next card we have, interesting, the 2 of Pentacles. You need to find that balance. And maybe that's why you need to take this leap forward, move forward, because when you're not being your true authentic self and working on your goals, whatever it is, stepping forward or stepping up in a relationship, things are out of balance and you need to find the balance. And I love that it's on a butterfly as well, because it means transformation, change, right? So you're gonna have to make some changes to find the balance. And the other thing is, with this that looks like, the infinity symbol, I want to say this work on yourself is never done. We're always going to work on ourselves to improve, to get better, to keep it going, keep the momentum going. So I just felt that needed to be said too. The World card. Yes, it's time to move. With the World card, different than the Wheel of Fortune, where the wheel, like I always say with the Wheel of Fortune, the wheel's always spinning and it's spinning in your favor, and jump on and take advantage of it. This, I want to say, with the World is, you're coming to the end of a cycle, but as the world is turning on its axis as well as Earth is turning, so do you. So it's that cycle, right? You start at the Fool, you end at the World, and then you start back and you do it all over again. And maybe that's why I mentioned the infinity symbol here, right? It's ever going, it's ever changing. All right, so I just want to say that to you. And we have the Firefly, which is just confirmation. Who shines brighter than the little firefly in the dark of night? I love when you're sitting out in nature at a campfire, or it's usually where I would be, but and you see fireflies, it's just so magical. Or if you're out at night and you're in a field or something, right, and you see the fireflies dancing, and sometimes they're within the trees and the bushes. So love it. But again, it's letting your light shine. There's that little firefly, and in the dark of night, I mean, it could be the sun. Sometimes it's so bright and so full of energy, which I think is important too here. So that is that part of your reading, pile 3. I just love it, but just know it's time. It's time to take the leap. And the leap of faith, I'm going to say overall, is to be true and authentic to yourself. And when you make that change for whatever it is that you're going to do, be it relationship, work, it could just be a decision that you have to make, right? Just take the time, get clear on it, and be true to yourself when you're doing it. Okay, let's just see. What else do we have here? Let's get one more oracle just for pile 3. Swan. Again, we're just talking beautiful, right? Like, I saw swan, I was like, beautiful like a peacock. So graceful and elegant. That's what I think of when I think of swan. And it says transformation. We talked about this. We're talking about beauty. And it says loss of innocence. I just want to see if there's anything else that it says in here. Oh, I'm going to read this one part because I just like to glance at it quickly, and if something pops out, then I think that's the message that needs to be said. It doesn't happen with all cards, but it does with some. So, although the youth attempts to hide the feathers from the maiden, which would allow him to possess her. Hello, we know that about peacocks, right? That's why they shake their tail feathers. Which would allow him to possess her. The swan finds its feathers, assumes its animal form, and leaves the youth. So I want to say that just kind of ties in here, like with what we were talking about, taking that leap of faith to be who you truly are, leaving behind who you're really not and becoming who you really are. All right, that was a beautiful message, pile 3. I so love it. I hope that it resonated with you, and I will see you in your next reading.